What's up, my name is Steph. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode when I post. Hey Steph, this week you've been thinking about how it's been an entire year since you started this YouTube channel. A whole year of recording songs, a whole year of learning about content and content creation and about music and about editing and about sound and about volume and about backgrounds, and it's been an entire year of vulnerability because you were presenting yourself with things that you had no expertise in. You were learning as you went, but you are still showing the unfinished products. This is growth. This is growth because this is not you. This has never been you. You are somewhat of a perfectionist. I guess it's probably because of your medical background, and there was really never room for errors or doing things when you were not certain that there were high chances that you were going to be successful. But see, the thing with social media is you learn as you go. You learn as you go. You learn one thing and you think it's cool, and then you discover something cooler, and then you try that, and then you go. Sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't. Specifically when it comes to the kind of genre of music you're doing, I want to say there's not as many people who are attracted or aligned to it, and so you've been thinking your growth was slow. You've been thinking about how sometimes you feel like you are not even adding value, like maybe it wasn't worth it, maybe your message wasn't good enough, or maybe you were just not reaching God's people or even reaching anybody. Sometimes you got really discouraged, sometimes you thought about stopping the channel, but you didn't, mainly because a lot of those times the Lord actually sent you people to encourage you through messages, and people would tell you how a certain song just elevated their mood, or a certain song just reminded them of the Lord, or a certain song helped them through a difficult situation, or even a certain song helped them give their lives to Christ. And this really encourages you every single time, the one message, every single time it just replenishes your strength, and you're like, yes, you can do it again. And so it's been a year and you've done well. However, you've also been wondering whether people understand that unlike Instagram or Facebook, when you like a song or a reel or whatever on Facebook and Instagram, you can tell X has liked it. So for example, let's say John has viewed your video on Instagram and has liked it. You can tell that John has viewed it, right? However, on YouTube, you can't tell. Like when people watch your videos, you can't see who has watched your videos. You can't see who has liked your videos. It's just like a thumbs up for X amount of views. So you've been wondering whether people know. The 55% of people who have been watching your channel secretly, I see you. But actually I don't, because I don't even know who you are. So if you've been wondering whether if they could help you by just giving a thumbs up, it's okay. You want to find out what's going on in my life, but you don't want me to know that you're following or you're looking. That's okay. Great. I don't mind. It's fine. However, the essence of these videos are to speak Jesus, to move Jesus into all nations, all corners of this world. So it would help if people knew that they could just like and watch your videos. You don't even have to subscribe. But the more you like, the more these videos are sent out to everyone. Yeah. So the song this week that has been on your mind is Find My Peace by, why do I forget her name? Naomi Raine. It's been a hard song, but let's see how it goes right now.
Come near to me, closer to me, Jesus. Don't let me go, no other help I know. Jesus, Jesus. come fight for me. You make the darkness flee. Jesus, I know I can do anything as you strengthen me. Jesus, so when the enemy tries to come for me, I will not fear because you've prayed for me. I find my peace in you, Jesus, Jesus. All of my joy in you, Jesus, Jesus. Life found in you, love being known by you, Jesus. My emotions will rise and fall, but you are my anchor, Lord. Jesus. So when the enemy tries to lie to me, I will believe the truth you've given me. I find my peace in you, Jesus, Jesus. All of my joy in you, Jesus, Jesus. I find my peace in you, Jesus, Jesus. All of my joy in you, Jesus, Jesus. When I look around and everything's crazy, you are still God, and that's never changing. In the midst of my fears and my indecisions, you are my focus, fixed in my vision. When I look around and everything's crazy, you are still God, and that's never changing. In the midst of my fears and my indecision, you are still God. I find my peace in you, Jesus, Jesus. All of my joy in you, Jesus, Jesus. I find my peace in you, Jesus, Jesus. All of my joy in you, Jesus, Jesus. Come near to me, closer to me, Jesus.
Thank you for being here. See you next week.